Hey everybody, it's Wren with Many Talents, and oh no, not the microwave again. So let me tell you what's been going on. We have been down on the microwave for, oh my gosh, how long would you think? Maybe a month, at least a month. Okay. The first thing we found out was that this is definitely going to be a problem on your microwave. And what this piece does is it actually fits. Let me get my main control board off here without breaking it. Okay. So this piece, do I need to get a light so everybody can see? All right, everybody. So this piece right here actually sits. I'm gonna set this light up here so everybody can kind of get an idea. This bracket sits right here, and this is where your microwave door goes into this piece and locks it down. You have switches right in here. You have switches right here. There's a second one here that's loose, and then there's a third one on the bottom that control whether or not this microwave door sends power to everything and cuts power off. Okay. We have replaced the handle because this does get wear in it, and I don't know if you can see, but there's a little groove that gets this piece right here is where your microwave door handle hits constantly. And this piece gets wore on the top. Can you see it now? Mm-hmm. Okay, this piece right here gets really worn on the top and the bottom of this bracket. So what'll happen is when this gets wore on your microwave, when you try to open and close the door, it'll blow the fuse. No questions asked. It'll blow the fuse. So this will be your first problem, is this bracket. And so the way this works is this bracket sits behind this piece right here, behind this, and your microwave door goes in both of these slots. It sits on top of a button, and that activates your microwave to heat your food and cook and do whatever. So this will be the first thing you'll want to replace if you have that problem, if you start blowing a fuse. Your next problem is there's three switches. One goes here, one goes here, and one goes here. These switches will be the next cause of your microwave to not have any power or blow the fuse. Two of these, if I'm not mistaken, stay open and one stays closed. Okay, you definitely, if you have this problem and you order this bracket and you order these switches, you definitely need to use the model number and serial number of your microwave to get the right switches. If you do not, they will send you universal switches and they will not fit the proper way they're supposed to on this bracket, and you'll have to send them back and you'll be done in. One tool I'm going to advise everyone to get is this thing here, which is a multimeter. And what this is going to do, this is going to save you a lot of grief and a lot of headache, and it's going to save you from replacing a microwave. Because what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to ohm your parts out, your switches that come on that bracket. And the way you do that, I mean, it's real simple. You're going to turn the multimeter on. There's a little setting right here that kind of looks like a Wi-Fi type thing. You're going to put your meter to that. Then you're going to take your two prongs on your meter that you have, and you can touch them together, and it's going to make a noise. Let me set this down so you better can understand. So you're going to touch your prongs together, and it's going to make that noise. When you test your switches, you'll put one lead on one of these little switches right here. Will have two prongs on it. You'll put one on one side, one on the other. If they beep, if this thing beeps like this, you've got continuity. If you have the middle one, I believe it doesn't beep, or the bottom one doesn't beep, it's still good. It's not going to be bad. So, we've replaced the bracket. We bought new switches. My old switches were not bad. So because the new switches didn't fit this bracket like they were supposed to, we put the old switches back in because there was nothing wrong with them. We still were blowing fuses. Another thing you'll want to do, if you continue to have this problem and you're blowing fuses, you can go buy the 20 amp glass fuses. They're a lot cheaper than these if you're just going to constantly keep going through the problem until you figure out what's wrong. When you fix the problem, these are microwave fuses. The difference is they're still 20 amp, but this is a paper filler and not glass. The glass is going to blow and pop, and it's going to get all over everything, and you're going to have a miss. I went through several packages of those because we were still trying to figure out the problem. Those were cheaper. We bought 2 packs of these. I blew one of the 2-pack of the new pack I had, and I have a new one in now. But back to what I was saying, we still didn't fix the problem. So you're thinking you're going to need a new microwave. No, you're not. And let me explain to you, or you're going to think you're going to want to replace your control board. No, you're not. If you have power when you turn the breaker back on to this, your control board is not bad. So, the reason why you have this problem with your microwave blowing the fuse is everyone in your household wants to pull on the bottom of the door. So what happens is, in doing that, if you can see the door, it will move up and down. And that's normal wear and tear on a microwave door. But what's happening because of this, and everyone wanting to pull on the bottom of the microwave door, what's happening is this piece and this piece have to activate these switches that go in this bracket behind this piece right here. If they do not activate these switches at the same time, then it causes you to lose power to all your components to your microwave. So, with that being said, we still had a problem. We still were blowing fuses. Well, that led me to do something. It's not a safety issue because you have a secondary safety thing when it comes to your microwave. So what I did is, you have 3 switches in here. You have a top switch, the middle switch, and the bottom switch. When I got online and did some research, if you undo the second switch, so like I said, you have top, this is middle, and then you have a bottom one. That will fix your microwave if you want to do a temporary fix. Now, we've already replaced the bracket. We've already replaced the thermostat, which is this little piece right here. We replaced this piece right here, which it was not bad, but since I bought a new one, I went ahead and put it in. These are the pieces you'll want to ohm out if you're having that problem. This one here will not ohm because it's normally open until it's heated, until your microwave does whatever it's supposed to do and closes this switch. This one here will ohm out. So so this one here is a thermostat. This one here is a thermal fuse. So I replaced the thermostat, which once again still was not the problem. The problem was going to be with the door handle not hitting the switches here at the same time. So when I got online to do research, they said you can disconnect the middle switch, and this should fix your problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to put all this back together. And by all means, people, please take a picture before you start taking any of this stuff loose, because if you don't, you might have some major problems. So we're going to get all this put back together. People, I want to let everyone know that this is really just a temporary fix until you can either order all new parts, which would be the bracket, all new switches, and a thermostat if you may need one. If you don't need all of that, maybe you may just need the bracket. This is just a temporary fix until you can either afford to get a new microwave or have a service technician come out and actually fix the problem. But if you don't have someone come out and fix the problem, all this is ever going to be is a temporary fix because of the door. And I just want to show everybody why this is a temporary fix. Because this is what microwave doors do. You can take them off. So there's no real way to fix this problem, because you're always going to have some kind of play in the door that's not going to let these two pieces contact at the same time. And they built these so you would have some kind of play, because you're opening and closing the door all the time. So we're going to put this back together. We're going to test it. And like I said, it's just a temporary fix until you can afford to either get a new microwave, or you can buy these parts that you think might be the cause of your problem, and so on and so forth. One more time, we're just going to do a real quick rundown. We replaced the bracket that lets your door go in and out. Your door goes up and down in order to activate switches that go here, here, and here. Okay, and because of that, because of the two switches here and here that are supposed to activate at the same time, it's caused a problem with the door, everybody pulling on the bottom of the door, that's not letting it activate the whole microwave to work. So once again, what I done is I also replaced the thermostat, which was not bad. And the end result is I'm taking off the second switch that goes right here, the second connector. You can say the connector piece. I'm taking that off. That goes to the second switch on the bracket. And we're going to put all this back together.
And there's the little spot where it goes, right there. See that little plug?
The switch is still in place. I'm just removing the actual connector piece to that.
Until we get new switches.
Until we get new switches or a new microwave, which we're planning to probably get a new microwave. So we're going to put all this back together, and we're going to do a test run. Like I said, once again, I did replace the fuse with a microwave fuse and not a 20 amp glass fuse. You don't want to use a 20 amp glass fuse.
And there's all the information for our microwave, just in case you want to know. It's a Furion, whatever, whatever, whatever.
Okay.
It's all right there.
So we're going to put all this back together real quick and give it a test run. Okay, that'll be my top piece. Like I said, please be sure to unplug your microwave or turn your breaker off. But I don't advise anyone that is not a maintenance professional or knows anything about a microwave to mess with these, because they're very dangerous and can kill you. This little piece here, if you have one of these, has some little clips at the bottom, and then you just kind of push down and kind of pops back up. Didn't have it either. Sorry about that. Okay, we got that piece in. Alrighty, we're getting ready to turn on the power. Microwave is plugged in. Let's hit the breaker. Okay, we're going to set the clock. Okay, we've got our clock set. The first thing we're going to do is open the door, because if you have a problem, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to blow a fuse. Okay, we've got lights. Let's get a cup of water. We're going to do a test run here. Okay, it looks like the microwave is working right now. So we turned our power back on. We ran a test. We heated up some water. We opened the door while it was running. We didn't blow a fuse. As you can see, we still have our clock up here. But like I said, people, this is a temporary fix. Get you a service technician out, or if you're microwave savvy and you're trained on how to fix that, then you probably can fix it. My advice, when you get this far into troubleshooting and buying parts, just buy a new microwave. And I'd also like to give a shout out to Repair Clinic, which you can buy parts to your microwave. They have live chat, so you probably could get on and chat with someone if you're not sure what you're troubleshooting, and you can order parts. So this is Wren with Many Talents. We hope this video has been helpful to you. Please hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we look forward to talking with you in the future.